Alright there folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena Draft video. Premier Draft Ikoria Behemoth is about to end soon, since Kaladesh Remastered is coming, and since it's about to end soon, I guess I need to prioritize it. So yeah, let's begin this draft. And I recall this set mostly focusing on archetypes over the two-color pairings, since the allied colors weren't really too supported. The themes that you had to focus on were the Tier 1 was obviously cycling, the Jeskai cycling colors, Tier 2 was the Mardu sacrifice colors, and then Tier 3, basically any color combination, but mostly with green, the mutate archetypes. And then we're not going to count Companion as one of the archetypes that we should aim for, since the Companions got nerfed by a lot. However, they're still very good cards that you can still main deck. So we're gonna acknowledge that, and get started with the draft. We can draft Sacrifice, Mutate, or Cycling. That's what we have to keep in mind. And this is a set with a lot of mana fixing, but you do want to kind of stay in two colors, or at least two colors and a light splash. In this set, don't try to go all in with three colors unless you don't have a choice, and the person that's passing the cards have no idea what they're doing. But anyways, yeah, Ikoria Behemoth, Premier Draft, let's begin. Pack 1, pick 1. Winota, pretty cool card in Historic. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have any synergy with cycling, and it does require some work, having you a mixture of non-humans and humans in your deck to leverage this. But, 4 mana 4/4 is still solid, but I don't think it has any special applications in Limited. Flourishing Fox is probably the best card out of this pack, since the cycling deck is, again, the best archetype that you should lean towards, and this is an incredibly powerful payoff. And also an enabler, since it's a 1-mana cycler, it's great. The other uncommons are pretty solid too. Space Godzilla for the Reanimator decks can be nice, since you can cycle this away, give one of your small creatures Death Touch, kill the opponent's larger creature, and then reanimate this with Broken Bond or Back for More. That's really solid. Dorat is excellent in the red-blue spells deck. And then looking at commons, these are fine commons. Boot Nipper, Tentative Connection for a sacrifice deck, Durable Coilbug, but I think it's a Flourishing Fox, and maybe we can just force a Broken Cycling deck. Is there a Broken Cycling deck here? There's the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. This is going to be at its best in a blue-red spells deck, so it's a sign. However, we could still play this in a cycling deck if we cycle enough instants and sorceries into the yard to leverage this. However, this is a sign that maybe blue-red could be open. Either way, I do like this card, even in red-white cycling if we do end up in that archetype. Alternatively, looking at the commons, there's Imposing Vantasaur, which I don't mind as a 1-mana cycler. Of 1 Mind can be decent if you have some human synergies in some of your decks. Humans, and of course, most of the creatures will be non-humans. So if you pick up a couple of humans, you can leverage the of 1 Mind and get a good discount. That way can be decent, but overall it doesn't deal with 3 toughness, which is a little bit problematic. Insatiable Human Phage, one of the most underwhelming mutate creatures in the set. But if you need something to mutate, and if you want to have some mutate synergy and you want to trigger some mutate synergies, like, go ahead and play it, but it's not very exciting. Here, just take the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, see where we end up. We could still end up in red-white cycling or red-blue spells. Let's see what's being passed. There's a Boon of the Wishgiver, although there's a Snare Tactician in this pack as well. Yeah, I mean, we could be blue-red spells or red-white cycling, and yes, I've stated multiple times, but the cycling deck is the best archetype that you should always be leaning towards. So I don't mind just taking the Snare Tactician to go along with our Flourishing Fox and Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. If a Snare Tactician wasn't in this pack, I'd probably take the Boon of the Wishgiver and maybe move towards some sort of blue-red spells deck, or this can still be a decent 1-mana cycler for the cycling deck. But overall, I think it's a Snare Tactician. Mythos is okay. Of course, if you can cast this with the Mardu colors, it's a nice board wipe that can leave the opponent with their worst creature or enchantment, etc. But overall, it's not super impressive. Let's just take a Snare Tactician. Maybe we do end up in cycling. We'll see. Okay, another Snare Tactician. Just keep picking them up. Okay, there's a Swallowhole, which I also wouldn't mind main decking in the red-white cycling deck, which can be pretty solid as well, enhancing one of your creatures and exiling one of your other opponent's creatures, which is somewhat relevant in this set, but there's just not too much reanimation going on unless you're in black-green, and those cards are kind of at uncommon, so it's really difficult to get going. So, yeah, I mean, the exile could work on like a Coilbug. Here, if it wasn't for Snare Tactician, yeah, I'd probably take the Swallowhole. There's another of 1 Mind for the blue-red spells deck, but we'll just take another Snare Tap Petition. And yeah, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? What's this still doing in the pack? I mean, if this wasn't his pack, I'd take the Dranif Stinger, but yeah, Mythos is still main deckable in the red-white cycling deck, even if you don't splash for the blue, or if you're, yeah, even if you aren't in blue-red spells and you aren't splashing for the blue, this card is almost like a complete blowout, being able to 2 or even 3 for 1 the opponent. So yeah, this is like a pick 5 Mythos of Vodrock, so it's a good sign that red is open. There's also Baby Godzilla for the blue mutate decks, and of course the Dranif Stinger, which I'm hoping I can pick up later, but I'm not going to take it over Mythos. No way in hell. Oh, come on. Do you guys realize... What's this? This should not be happening. Did someone just pass me a Xenoflare? Do people realize how broken this card is? This is the main reason why you should go cycling in the first place in this set. I mean, this is the reason why cycling is broken. It's the tier 1 archetype, is because of this dumb card. I guess we're doing it again. Yeah, this is just going to be another Boros cycling video. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to move into blue-red spells, but I think a Xenoflare is enough of a signal now that we should just be in red-white cycling and force it. And Dranif Healer, excellent 1-mana cycler, decent turn 2 play. We'll take it here. So in the cycling deck, we need to be at least 12 or 13 lands from the looks of it. Okay, there's outs to be in the blue-red spells deck still. And either way, if I want to be in the blue-red spells deck, I don't mind a Frostvale Ambush, and it's still like a 1-mana cycler I don't mind taking. So, yeah, I guess we need to separate our cards into a pile. These are instants and sorceries. These are kind of like our 1-mana cyclers. Yep, just take it here. And any cycling cards, go for blood. Still late. Yeah, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it again. I wouldn't mind in Shred Sails, which could be actually pretty solid, even though it's a 2-mana cycler, just because it has some nice applications, dealing 4 damage to target creature with flying, which literally usually just kills them. Other than that, there's not too many artifacts to destroy in the set, but this is nice to main deck for to deal 4 damage. But I don't mind Imposing Vantasaur. Can be quite a flexible card that we can use as a 1-mana cycler or a nice late game 6-drop. Also wouldn't mind a Spell Eater Wolverine if we're going to be cycling all these instants and sorceries. But I also don't mind a Divine Arrow as well. There's a Hampering Snare as a fine 2-mana cycler. Yeah, I'll take a Divine Arrow. I mean, we do have like 2 Snare Tacticians already. And, I mean, it's not even good removal. Yeah, I guess we'll take the Spell Eater Wolverine. There's a chance we might need it. I mean, we do have like double Snare Tacticians to tap things down anyway, so I don't even know if we need Divine Arrow. We can just cycle things and tap them down the opponent's turn. And then, yeah, we'll just take a random 2-mana cycler here. And even Dranif Stinger wield. Excellent. Wow. No one respects the Xenoflare. No one respects the cycling deck. Oh, man. You guys are in for a treat. I was hoping I could end up in maybe like blue-red spells this draft. Or at least some sort of weird mutate deck. Or sacrifice. But no one respects cycling. Yeah, even Cathartic Reunion, pretty decent in the cycling deck too. Wouldn't even mind a copy even in the 12 or 13 line deck. But this has to be the pick here. And then there's a Rumbling Rock Slide, which is okay in the blue-red spells, but better in red-blue. I mean, it's good in blue-red spells, definitely excellent, better in blue-red spells, but it can be okay in red-white cycling. But here we're just going to take another Dranif Stinger so we can keep cycling and dealing a bunch of face damage towards the opponent. Pack 1, pick 1, this is not even a good pack. I would still probably just take the Rumbling Rock Slide here, just as a good removal spell. Essence Scour is also a top blue common, but we're not going to take it over a Dranif Stinger. No way. Guess this could also count as a 1-mana cycler. So the general rule of thumb is for every 3 1-mana cyclers, you cut a land. So we're already at, like, what, 15 lands already with this deck? Okay, there's no 1-mana cyclers, are there? I mean, this is a great card, but we're not going to play it. This is overrated. Do I just take a random 2-mana cycler? I highly doubt we're going to be playing a Pyroceratops. I mean, if it was real life, maybe I hate draft this. I mean, is there a chance we do end up in blue-red spells and we might just need a random mutate creature? I guess there is, so I might as well take it. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ruin this draft for some of you. You guys deserve to be punished. Passing up a card like Xenoflare. Okay, between Fire Prophecy and Marmoset. Yeah, I do like the Fire Prophecy, but the Marmoset has more synergy with our deck, and it's just, we don't have one yet, and it's definitely an important component in the red-white cycling deck. I honestly think this card should have been an uncommon, since it's just like a 4 mana 2/3. I mean, a 4 mana 3 mana 4/3 first striker, which is pretty insane in a cycling decks. But Fire Prophecy would be amazing here too, but we're just going to take another Marmoset. I mean, just take a Marmoset here. Any 1-mana cyclers, there's an Omniseas, but I don't think we're splashing. I think we just take the Starling Development over the Windscarred Crag. Yeah, like the dual land is fine, but I do want to just have a million 1-mana cyclers in a deck like this. And I'm not going to hard splash for like an Inspired Ultimatum. I think it's too much work. And we'll just take another Drannith Stinger. There's also another Starling Development, can have neat synergies with the Spell Eater Wolverine. Also late Dora at the perfect pet, which is actually just the Sprite Dragon, but we're not blue-red spells anytime soon. I only took the Sea Dasher Octopus because there was absolutely nothing in that pack, and I think this pod deserves to get punished, passing me a Zeta Flare out of nowhere. Could just take the Colossification, just for gems. Nothing here I want. Let's just take the Colossification. Pretty much an unplayable card in this set. Here, do I want an unpredictable Cyclone? If a Cyclone Villain or another non-land card would cause you to draw a card, instead exile cards from top, unlimited exile cards, no, I don't think this is worth it. It's just also a 2-mana cycler, so I don't need to worry about that much. Maybe we just need a million Spell Eater Wolverines in a deck like this, just being able to cycle a bunch of instants and sorceries away, although we don't have a lot of instants and sorceries, but honestly, like, cycling an enchantment is, like, not even worth it. So I might as well take the Wolverine. And I'll just take the random 1-mana cycler. These Wolverines can be fine if we pick up more instants in the sorceries, but if we don't, they're not going to be that great. So I'm hoping I get more 1-mana cyclers here. I also don't mind an Inspired Charge as a 2-mana cycler in the deck, since it's also on color. It can provide us some sort of late game pump trick to get across for a lot of damage. And I'll just take another random 2-mana cycler. Don't think Paraceratops is going to be playable. We only have a very few ways to trigger it. And we're cycling here. We're not here to cast spells. Just take the Hampering Snare, and we'll take another Starling Development as a 1-mana cycler, late Swiftwater Cliffs. And I guess I'll take an Omniseas. I don't know. I mean, we could splash for it, technically, but I don't think I need to do so. And now with triple Starling Development, I think we can main deck these Spell Eater Wolverines, and they should be able to do a ton of work in a deck like this. What do we have here? No amazing cards. No 1-mana cyclers. I guess I can maybe just take the random Divine Arrow. I don't really like the Wilt. Or just take the rare for the Vault. In terms of removal, 1. I think we'll have to main deck the Blitz. Just because we have some instances and sorceries to cycle that can deal some damage. Mythos of Vodrock. Yeah, we don't have too much removal. I mean, although we do have Double Snare Tactician. The Divine Arrow is very medium. Let's just take the rare. Take some gems. And Swallowhole is quite nice. There's also another Footfall Craters. The Swallowhole is pretty decent, although we do need a creature on the battlefield to enable it. Alternatively, there's another Footfall Craters. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can always pick up more 1-mana cyclers later. Yeah, let's take the Swallowhole. It seems pretty efficient. And then a Fire Prophecy pretty late, or just take another Drannith Stinger. Do I just take a million Stingers? I mean, it's not wrong taking a million Stingers and just cycling a million times and killing the opponent. I mean, we could use another good removal spell, of course, in a deck like this. I mean, it doesn't really cycle. With 3 Drannith Stingers, maybe I can take the Fire Prophecy this time. We already have 3 already, and what's this? Reptilian Reflection. Okay, this has to be in the deck. So yeah, this is broken. There's another Fire Prophecy, but I'm not taking it. I'm not going to take it over that card. No 1-mana cyclers. Take a random Rumbling Rock Slide if we need some sort of expensive removal spell for 4 mana. And then I'll take another Gopher Blood as a nice 1-mana cycler. How many creatures do we have? 1. I think we should have enough, maybe. Yeah, I don't really need to prioritize Spell Eater Wolverine. We just want a bunch of 1-mana cyclers. We have a Rumbling Rock Slide. Wouldn't mind a Windscarred Crag to help us fix our mana. And it's kind of late, so I think I want the dual land this time. And then hopefully we can pick up another 1-mana cycler. So one land's gone, 2 lands gone, 3 lands gone, so like 14 lands already. So we can essentially just run 14 lands and just cut like the 2-mana cyclers from this deck. I guess I'll take another one. I mean, it doesn't matter. Not really. So probably going to have to cut this Omniseas. Yeah, I do like the... because it's just an enchantment. I'm not looking to cycle too many enchantments away. And then, wow, what's a Divine Arrow still doing in this pack? It's not a good removal spell, but I'll take it. And we can still go 13 lands, cycle a million cards, get the Xenoflare, and just win that way. And I can also just main deck 2 Spell Eater Wolverines as kind of our sort of alternate win conditions. Yeah, no, the 1-mana Cycler is still better. I don't care about that card. We just want to keep cycling to Oblivion and just end the game that way. 1, 2, 3, so we can effectively go to 14 or 13 lands. It might just be a 13 land deck from the looks of it. I don't want to go too low, and we can still main deck like the Cathartic Reunion. So if that's the case, we do need to make some cuts. I guess I don't mind cutting a 2-mana Cycler, because I do like these removal spells. Could just cut the Rumbling Rockslide because it's kind of clunky. It can be pretty solid too, though. The Swallow Hole is just so efficient, just being able to exile something for 1 mana. But it has to be tapped, of course. But we can, I guess we can cycle the Snare Tactician and then just tap it down. But yeah, could just ditch the Rumbling Rockslide because it's kind of clunky. And then we can kind of just keep everything else. And just ditch the 2-mana Cyclers. Or I can even go to 12 lands and say screw it. Yeah, I could just go to 12 lands, like... Wow, even another Frostveil Ambush. What's going on? Okay, so I guess we go to 12 lands, if I'm not mistaken. Nine, 10. Yeah, let's add in 2 more lands. I guess we can go 13. How many lands is this? This is 12 lands. Is 12 lands too little? Let's see, we do have a million 1-mana Cyclers in this deck. The highest cost spells are Mythos of Vodruk and the Xenoflare, which are fine. We can usually just get up to 4 with that. This is a 1-drop. These are mostly 2-drops. Same with the Dran of Healer. And then we have a million 1-mana Cyclers. How many instants and sorceries do we have? 5 and 8. Yeah, we should be able to enable these Spell Eater Wolverines. So is it reasonable for me to cut a 1-mana Cycler and put in 13 lands? It probably is. Like, we can easily just die to, like, getting mana screwed. Since we do need to cast our 3-drops, so how about we just cut a Footfall Craters, add in, like, 1 extra lands. And we still have, this is 3, 4, 5. Let's see, let's throw this away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Cyclers. Is that enough? I mean, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cycling cards. I think that should be enough, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, what do we do? Do we just throw in 1 and add in 12 lands? I mean, 12 could be pretty insane. I mean, 12 is probably not enough because I do need the Cathartic Reunion to get going, and then we can just maybe keep it even split. Even though we do have a lot more white than red. I mean, yeah, more red than white. I mean, I could just cut a red and add an extra... I mean, cut a white and add in an extra red. And maybe go 6, 7, or maybe 7, 7's okay. Yeah, let's try 7, 7. And then the picture, of course, this, and this is the name, Fun and Interactive. Yeah, I could go to 12, but I think 12 is too risky. I think this is enough. Yeah, and we have enough Cyclers with the Dran of Stinger, and even the Dran of Healer can count as a Cycler if we name it one. So yeah, it's not like we're lacking cycling, and 13 lands can enable maybe some discarding with the Cathartic Reunion, and then we'll eventually just get up to Xenoflare and just blow them up. And then, like, our interaction comprises of the double Snare Tactician, Mythos, Fire Prophecy, Blitz, Swallowhole. Yeah, we should be able to do very good here. Let's try this. And yeah, just as Premier Draft guys, I would just pass the Xenoflare, pick 1, pack 1, pick 6. So I guess everyone else was trying to draft some sort of mutate deck, while blue-red spells and cycling was all being passed to me. Also saw some late sacrifice cards like Mutual Destruction that was still in the pack. So I guess someone must be happy taking up those mutual destructions. But yeah, it seems like everyone wanted to do some sort of weird mutate deck, or maybe people don't really know how to draft this set at all. And they think that green is like a good color when it's actually not. But yeah, pack one, pick one Flourishing Fox, just give me a Zenith Flare, give me a couple of Snare Tacticians, and I'm all good. Just need to find some of our 3-drops to get this deck going. And then if we do enough cheap damage to them and cycle enough to reach our Zenith Flare, we should be able to just close out the game. And we can also keep 1-landers too with the cycling deck, so we have to keep that in mind. 2-landers are excellent, 3-landers are also excellent, but 1-landers are always fine. Opening hand, well, we have a 2-lander, guess we're keeping. And we can just cycle away to Gopher Blood maybe, or just use it as a removal spell. Could use it as a removal spell against this annoying Almighty Brushwag. But yeah, let's just play land, say go, and then we'll cycle the Starling Development, end of turn. And then how much does this cost to pump? 4, so we need to maybe kill that on turn 3 or 4. But we'll see. Ooh, Drannith Stinger. Yeah, Drannith Stinger can be quite fun. That can start getting to town, so we'll just play her out. Could see like a Deadweight. Okay, Heartless Act. Wow, even a Heartless Act, so I baited that one out quite nicely. Take 1 for now. We'll cycle a Starling Development to maybe hit our land drops. Okay, I guess I'll cycle a Gopher Blood to try to hit my 3rd land drop. Okay, that's good, and then maybe next turn I can just play the Snare Tactician out. But if he decides to pump, then okay, he decides to do this instead. So white mana would be great, so I will be able to exile this. Drannith Stinger, I guess I can Drannith Stinger and Swallow Hold this, so that's quite nice. Let's just do that. And Swallow Hold is really efficient here. Just get rid of it while we can. That's already a 2-for-1. I guess he gets a card off of it, but it's still very good. Okay, Giganta. I guess I can eventually just kill it. For now, what do I do? Could Cathartic Reunion, maybe ditch the land, and then ditch the Marmoset. Or just play out the Snare Tactician and take 5. Huh. Pretty interesting. Guess I don't mind using Cathartic, ditching both of these cards, and then if I get a land, I can blitz this away. Okay, so that's good. So now what I can do is I can use Blitz of the Thunder Raptor for 5, and then get him for 3. Yeah, I guess you can't really interact with the cycling deck. It's kind of stupid sometimes. Like, we don't even need the Marmoset at this point. So what I can do now is I can just play out the land, cycle to get in for 3, and then next turn we can just also cycle to just tap it down. And then eventually we can just Zenith Flare him for 10 and win the game. It's so absurd. I think now I can just cycle this Drannith Stinger, or although I could just, yeah, I could just, I mean, you could flash and ambush. Yeah, I'll just play the second Drannith Stinger here. We'll see what he tries. That's annoying, okay. I mean, at least it goes to the graveyard for Zenith Flare. Let's just attack for 5, and then I guess we'll just blow him up. No, we don't have the mana yet. I guess we do. Yeah, let's just blow him up. Fun interactive games of Magic indeed. Yep, that's how you play the cycling deck, folks. We even got a 5. We even blitzed the Thunder Raptor for 5, which was pretty insane. Opening hand, 2-lander. Okay, I'll cycle away my Gopher Bloods, and then enable Dispel Eater Wolverine. I guess I can save 1 Gopher Blood, but for now, we're definitely gonna pass a turn, and then maybe we can hit a land drop by cycling. We'll see. A Boot Nipper, okay. I can eventually just kill that, so we'll just cycle away. Lifelink, okay, that's a pretty interesting choice, sure. I mean, I could just set up a Reptilian Reflection turn, or Spell Eater Wolverine turn. This will hit for 5, this will hit for 6, this dies to Deadweight, this doesn't. Very interesting decisions. I mean, this would prompt me to cycle, but this would also prompt me to cycle. I guess I have access to a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Pretty interesting decisions here. I guess attacking for 6 is better than attacking for 5, so I'll play out the Spell Eater Wolverine, and if he has a Deadweight, so be it. That will slow me down, but it's not like it's gonna kill me or make me lose the game. Hopefully not. I can even just cycle the Reptilian Reflection and fight. Maybe I should have thought about that, but yeah, definitely no blocks here. Another Boot Nipper, sure. This time with Death Touch. Okay. I'll attack. If he blocks, I'll just use the... I'll cycle and attack him for 6, okay. I don't mind taking hits from the Lifelinker as well. We're just going to blitz this away, maybe fight the Lifelinker, we'll see. Maybe see a Mythos, wow. Even Mythos, sure. Ooh, Snare Tactician. Yeah, that's even better. Probably fine cycling the Gopher Blood, although this is going to gain a bunch of life. See what he plays here, maybe see a Sacrifice ability. Sure, I don't mind just cycling this. Hopefully I don't flood, so hopefully I find my Cathartic Reunion soon, so I can deal with this. Milling boot nippers with death touch. Okay. So yeah, maybe I need to find a way to ambush a 2/2 with a cycler, or just, or just swallow hole it. Maybe. Let's just say go. Porcuparent not even mutating. Okay, Mythos is pretty insane, so I guess we'll just cast it now. So that was pretty nasty, 2 for 1. You could have a way to reanimate it with called the Death Dweller. Tigerilla, okay. Ooh, Fire Prophecy, that's great. Excellent top deck. And the Draft Stinger, maybe I can cycle to ambush. Actually, I can just do this. Let's play out the Stinger. We'll just exile the 2/1. And just control him. And then we do need to keep 2 cards in hand for our Cathartic Reunion, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay, Bastion, that's kind of annoying. Sure. Spell Eater Wolverine, that's great. That's annoying. Maybe I can set up some sort of double block, maybe, with a Cycler. Guess I'll just attack for 6, why not? Because I can't even block this anyways. And then if he isn't careful, I can just kill him outright, so he needs like some sort of token. Okay. Dead weight off the top, not bad. Alright, now we're flooding, so maybe we should go 12 lands, maybe, from the looks of it, because yeah, we probably are flooding here, which isn't great. But then again, I don't want to get mana screwed, but yeah, it's not good. Okay, maybe we can ambush something with cycling, or maybe just do it now. I guess I'll be dead, so I guess I need to cycle here. Maybe find answer to this ferocious Tigerilla while I can. Maybe he has a removal spell. Dranis Stinger. Let's see what he tries here. I think he knows I have Xenoflare. I guess I need to cycle till I get Xenoflare, so he might just chump here. Because I think that that's my only out, because if I take 1 more point of damage, I'm just essentially dead. So, either way, I think I'm forced to cycle, regardless. Yeah, he's just gonna chump here to gain some life. I need a top deck Xenoflare. Okay, we didn't. Alright, I think he has it here. Yeah, that was sad. Flooding. Okay, let's go to 12 lands. I feel like this should be a 12 lander now that I think about it. Yeah, that flood was really bad. Yeah, we could still Cathartic Reunion away like our cards that we don't need, so... do we just add in one more one-mana cycler? I guess I do, and it's fine. Maybe we were just really unlucky. Yeah, maybe we were just unlucky. Let's give it a shot again. They're pulling out a lot of Death Touch too in the early game, so... Okay, it's Deathsea. He's probably in a cycling deck as well, we'll see. Alright, Flourishing Fox on turn 1, seems easy. Just give it a go. He's also in the cycling deck, sure. I mean, this is how you play Ikoria, right? Plain, Sabertooth, sure. Could cycle 2 spells, but I feel like the Dram Stinger is fine here. I can even trade for it, like, honestly. Pretty annoying. Yeah, I can't fight it off. Let's just play the Snare Tactician, take 3, and then hopefully I can cycle enough to fight the 1/1 away. Or just fight it off next turn. So... that's a strange attack. No blocks. He can probably cycle 3 times. Okay, Marmoset, so I can fight off the Flourishing Fox. Yeah, that's annoying. Like, I do want to get rid of this Flourishing Fox, so I guess I'll do it. But he's probably going to keep poking me for 3 per turn. Maybe I need to trade off this Flourishing Fox at this point. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it has to go. You're gonna hit me for 6, which is insane. Ah, come on. Give me a fucking break. Like, can I have a fucking cycler? This is 12, 13 fucking lands, man. Okay, there we go. Fucking cycler, finally. Make sure I don't play all my lands out, of course. Fire Prophecy, that's quite nice. Yep. Alright. So fucking stupid. Probably gonna adopt top deck lands now, so it's pretty much a top deck war at this point. What has double Divine Arrow? Are you kidding me? Oh, he probably top deck another removal spell. I don't doubt it. Alright, let's just get in there. Hopefully no second Divine Arrow. He's probably holding on to lands, and I'm hoping he does hold on to lands because I do need to pressure him. Probably he's holding on to a land. Okay. So 2-mana cyclers, sure. Just need to get my Xenoflare, right? Well, opponent's also attacking me, so he's probably trying to feel his Xenoflare. We'll see. Wow, fucking Fire Prophecy off the top. Oh, just great, okay. Oh, this would have been great if I had a second land. Let's just stay back. I think I'm willing to trade here. Because I'm pretty low on life, too. Snare Tactician as well, of course. And there's a Xenoflare on time. Yeah, let's just play the Snare Tactician. Hopefully we can just Xenoflare him to lethal eventually. Alright, I think we have this, so yeah, let's just cycle. Alright, we beat a Death Sea by top decking. Awesome. That game was close. I mean, he could have had it, but he had 0 in his hand. Thank God for the Cathartic Reunion. Ooh, I'm facing against one of my friends. He's gonna be in for a surprise. Okay, I guess I'll keep. Yeah, I'm gonna message him on Messenger for now, but we'll see. Yeah, I think this is a 12 lander. Sorry guys, that's my messenger. Yeah, I feel like it's a 12 lander. Let's throw in our football fall critters and try it out. Yeah, that was my friend Dan. Shout out to Dams. I'm sorry, Dan. It's just someone gave me Zenith Flare and passed it to me. So, yeah, sorry. Anyways, yeah, I was quiet for the time being because I was chatting on Messenger on Facebook. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's so absurd. It was a pack one pick six Zenith Flare. Like, come on. And someone also, it was a pack one pick one as Flourishing Fox, and then pack one pick two pick three. Um, Snare Tactician, and I just had to take the Zenith Flare. I mean, and then somehow I just got magically past the Zenith Flare late, so that was definitely not a matchup he could have won. Honestly, his was much more of a slime grinder, like 3-color mutate deck. Mine was just a really annoying like cycling deck. Of course, hey, 12 lands and we even got our mana here, so we even got Zenith Flare in 3 lands. So that's kind of interesting to know how this how the mana situation pans out in Ikoria. So could even cycle the Dramp Healer, but could Cathartic Reunion, but maybe it's better to just cycle for now. And maybe we'll do it next turn, perhaps? Yeah, we can just do it next turn. Let's just keep cycling here. Hopefully there's no Cunning Nightbonder that can flash in and trade. Probably can see a Cunning Nightbonder, so maybe I just play land and pass. Yeah, probably no attacks. There can easily be a Cunning Nightbonder end of turn in a blue-black flash deck. Or maybe it's not flash. We'll see. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just play land, Spell Eater Wolverine, cycle, and then just attack. Yeah, I'll save the land for Cathartic Reunion. But this game should be over real quickly unless the opponent like gains a million life with like a Honey Mammoth. But even then, I should be able to pressure him. Alright. Yeah, let's just keep cycling. And if he tries to flash in something, we'll just tap it down as well. Alright, move to combat. passes priority, very interesting. Okay, I mean, it's still going to stay tapped, correct? And how much damage is this? This should be lethal, right? Yeah, this should be enough. Unless he has like negate or something, which I highly doubt. Never mind, that's not enough mana. Let's just play out the Spell Wolverine. And then, yeah, we should be able to win this. Alright, yeah, no one really knows how to draft Ikoria because, yeah. Now you guys can see why no one likes this set anymore. Because you just point the button at the face and you just win. And there you guys have it. Another wonderful win from our best friend Zenith Flare. Yeah, the mutate decks are fun. They're definitely synergistic, but they just don't have enough raw power like the cycling decks, unfortunately, because most of the payoff of the cycling decks are at common, so they're pretty easy to find. Whereas the mutate decks do take a little bit more searching. The power level of the mutate decks mostly rely on the rares and the uncommons, like the Auspicious Sterix and the Pouncing Shore Shark. Whereas in the cycling deck, all you need is a bunch of Snare Tacticians at common, Drand of Stingers, and Prickly Marbled sets at commons, and then you can just tap a bunch of stuff down. You can even play the Spell Eater Wolverine to get in for double strike, and the deck is already insane. So. And we still managed to get 3 lands in our opening hand with 12 mana, so that's quite interesting to note. But there can definitely be a game where we get mana screwed. So yeah, just gotta pray that we don't. Okay, well, 1 lander, 2 lander, we'll keep them all. Could just drop the Drand Healer on turn 2 to have some sort of 2-drop. But yeah, we'll just keep cycling here, get the instants and sorceries first in case we top deck our Wolverine. Ooh, Marmoset. Okay, I might be more inclined to cycle just to find a 3rd land drop. So I think I'll just pass here. Because I do want to drop the Marmoset on turn 3, whereas a Drand Healer can be a fine, like, payoff, but honestly, it's still kind of, underwhelming. Okay, still no 3rd land, so we're just gonna keep cycling. Okay, no land. Just keep cycling. Alright, still no land, so okay, this is kind of the weird issue where we don't get any land, so probably need to Cathartic Reunion and discard some cards next turn to maybe hopefully hit our land drop. Flourishing Fox? I guess I'll just play the Flourishing Fox instead. I mean, this is almost to like 10 already, which is pretty absurd. And we'll just play land that way, we'll say go. Probably still not going to block the 2-3 probably, but we'll see. Still attacks into it, so pretty brave, okay. No blocks. Saber-Tooth Tiger. Okay. Could see a Fire Prophecy. No Fire Prophecy, okay. So definitely need to maybe play out land here, play out Snare Tactician, take some hits. Or just pull out the Marmoset. Maybe Marmoset's fine. That's first strike, so it can hold off this 3-1. And then we'll say go. Maybe we can find some Cyclers to discard or land next turn with the Cathartic Reunion. Maybe has a removal spell for the Marmoset, sure. Okay, just a dead weight, so I could just chump with this, honestly. I mean, I can still eventually just give this +2/+0, so guess I'm fine with this. Okay, Footfall Craters isn't bad, so I can just play out the Snare Tactician, keep up the Footfall Craters, and say go. Sure, I don't really care. I guess that messes up with my Zenith Flare, so maybe I need to find a way to answer the 2-3 eventually, so we'll see. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess I'll just use the Cathartic Reunion. Discard. I guess I can discard 2 lands still. Maybe that's a little bit greedy. Yeah, let's discard 2 lands. Still nothing. Okay. Guess we can just leave with another Snare Tactician. Opponent will be able to slowly mess with my graveyard, but I should still be okay. But we still managed to discard a bunch of lands, and yeah, we're still doing okay here. Okay, guess I can still chump. Yeah, I guess I can still chump, or maybe not. Let's just take 4. Hoping he runs out of stuff. Might have the Zenith Flare creature this matchup since I'm kind of low on life and currently don't have any Cyclers in my hand. Cavern Whisperer making mutating, so I guess I'll discard a land here, which is fine. Hopefully he doesn't make me discard my Zenith Flare. And that can be a huge issue, so probably need to... No more mutates. Please no more mutate. Just pass the turn. Oh no. Oh my god. No. Okay, so now plan B, I need to find a removal spell for this. Yeah, that's Zenith Flare. This card was bad. Okay, I guess we'll have to do plan B, maybe just win the game through damage. Ooh, Imposing Vantasaur seems quite nice. Do I want to still do it now? Yeah, I don't mind, let's just attack. And we can just tap both of these down on his turn. So now the game plan is to win through our creatures. And we're doing quite a lot of damage, so we should be able to deal with this. Just the power of 2 Snare Tacticians on the board is pretty insane, so... Just make sure we tap the right ones. Ooh, Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, that's quite nice. So maybe we just blitz away the 4/4 end of turn. And then I guess we'll attack. Guess the opponent has faith. Okay, we'll give the opponent some faith. But if I get another Cycler, then he's pretty much dead almost. So we'll see. And there's our Cycler. So you cover a removal spell like, I don't know, like Blood Curdle here, we'll see. Okay. I mean, this is still 5 damage, so if he doesn't have anything else, he's screwed. And we also have Swallow Hole, so let's go for it. Wow, we even managed to win. That's crazy. Even without Xenoflare, we managed to win. That's how insane the cycling deck is. Double Snare Tactician just tapping everything down. He also made me discard 2. So, quite insane. I think Snare Tactician and Prickly Marmoset were a mistake. I think they should have been at uncommon. I mean, Xenoflare was definitely the mistake of this set, but Prickly Marmoset and Snare Tactician should have been at uncommon, so, yep, let's keep going. Well, we have both our mana available. Guess I'll leave the Dragon Stinger. I mean, I could play the tap land, but I'd rather just have this out right now. Just to maybe bait out a counterspell even. Yep. So then we can start cycling next turn. And just play the Windscar Crag for now. So blue-green mutate deck, okay. Maybe splashing for a third color, but just blue-green it seems like. Alright, let's just lead with our Marmoset. And then next turn we can Snare Tactician. And then maybe we can take out something large, Heron, okay. That's not a bad target for us to kill with maybe a removal spell, but we'll see. He's obviously not going to block, so... yeah, let's attack first, and then like we'll cycle the Snare Tactician on his turn to prevent some damage. Oh wow, he's actually gonna block. Yeah, that was a really brave move if he was playing the block, but yep. This is the most annoying turn ever. We're just gonna play land and pass. and then we'll cycle to tap this down. To prevent 3 damage. So yeah, Snare Tactician, pretty powerful card. He also needs to hit his land drops, and then, yeah, move to combat, we'll tap it down. Very fun and interactive deck, of course. And we might just keep the lands in hand just to cycle. But for now, I think it's fine getting in for 6. Should have used the Starling Development instead, but that's fine. Ooh, Dragon Stinger, yeah, that's even better. Yeah, I'll play out the Windscarred Frag to gain some life. We'll see. But yeah, you cannot interact with the red-white cycling deck. It's so stupid. Probably see a ram through here. In response, we'll just cycle this. And then we can get in, if we manage to get him low enough, we can just Xenoflare and win the game. Yeah, this card. Xenoflare should never have been printed. I think this card was a huge mistake. And yeah, you don't pass me, Xenoflare. If you guys ever see me in the pod, do not pass a Xenoflare. I know how to work it. And yeah, with 12 lands, we still managed to get 5-1, 6-1, which is quite insane. So as you can see, the power of cycling, you can just run a 12 land deck and get away with it, 12, 13 lands. So, yep. Opening hand, well, I mean, with a 1-lander we should be okay, and we can just cycle away. 2-lander, I mean, even though we don't have our 3rd color, we should be okay. And yeah, we'll just keep cycling, as usual. Get the instants and sorceries out right away so we can feel our Spell Eater Wolverines. Okay, just passes the turn, could be a Fire Prophecy that the opponent has end of turn. So maybe I can bait it out by playing the Dragon Stinger instead. Have my own Fire Prophecy, sure. Just play this out. And he could have his Fire Prophecy, which I'm fine with. Because again, I just wanted to use it before he kills my Snare Tactician. The Tactician is a much more important card. If I cycle towards a land, then that would be great. Because I can cycle 3 times. Okay, this is annoying. Do I just Prophecy this? I don't mind. Yeah, let's just Prophecy this. And we'll ditch the Vantasaur. Get in for 2. And then we can just cycle away next turn as well. Keep cycling. Opponent's probably missing their land drops too. Same with us. Okay. So he's playing these 2-mana cyclers. Now you can see the huge difference between 2-mana and 3-mana cyclers. Yeah, let's just get this Reptilian Reflection online. Smash in for 1,000,000 next turn. And it should just be an easy game if the opponent keep missing their land drops. Because this is going to be a lot of damage. And this is almost kind of like a Mythic Uncommon too. Definitely incredibly powerful. So I think this set was definitely had some huge mistakes. With this set, designing the set wise, it's had some huge mistakes. Like the mutate and everything were still fine, but honestly, yeah, it's just really bad with the whole cycling shenanigans going on. And then yeah, now we can just cycle away. And then I can even play the Snare Tactician too to tap something down on his turn. Next turn, I mean. Even a Go for Blood, so yeah. This set is stupid. Probably needs to play land to tap something down, okay. Yeah, let's just cycle away. Yeah, he's just dead. Okay, yep, 7-1, and the reason why Xenoflare and Cycling are both stupid in this set. Keep that in mind, and here's your nice 7-win video, guys. I wish I could have explored a second different archetype, like maybe the Sacrifice or the Mutate decks, but honestly, like a pack 1 pick 1 Flourishing Fox, and then into 2 Snare Tactician, and then into a Xenoflare out of nowhere. Yeah, you just can't say no to that. So, do I need to do an overview? I mean, you guys already saw part 1. So yeah, essentially, I used to think 13 lands was where the medium is at, but it seems like 12 lands worked perfectly fine. And I think 12 lands made this deck a lot better since the game we lost was due to flooding. But anyways, yeah, Xenoflare deck, how do we do this? In terms of removal, we want things that are as cheap as possible, like Swallowhole, the Blitz of the Thunder Raptors, the Fire Prophecy, to a lesser extent the Gopher Bloods, and then of course fine having 2 4-mana removal spells being Xenoflare and Mythos of Vodrock. Decided to cut the Rumbling Rockslide because the cycling decks don't play too many lands, and this is a bit of a hindrance. It's still okay though. It's definitely not unplayable, but it's really clunky. And then yeah, we just have a bunch of million 1-mana cyclers. So this is a bunch of 1-mana cyclers. 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 And then these all count as 1-mana cyclers. So how many do we have? 3, 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 1-mana cyclers, 12 lands, and then a couple of 3-drops that can act as closers. And we still went 12 lands and played only 11 creatures, and we still managed to get there. I mean, of course, most of the games were won by pointing the Xenoflare at their face and praying that they don't have a negate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't even need to main deck a bad removal spell like Divine Arrow. I mean, we even beat it what's his face. I mean, it was a close match. I mean, DefC, we faced against DefC this video as well, and yeah, I mean, he was trying to force the cycling deck, as I could tell. I mean, with the main deck Divine Arrows, Flourishing Foxes, etc. But obviously, it was a pretty much a top deck war, and we just managed to do enough damage to. I mean, we managed to just point to Xenoflare to win the game essentially. So, yep, it's a pretty fun and interactive deck. Of course, let's crack some packs. One moment. And this is why Ikoria is a bad draft set, and this is why I want to draft some Zendikar Rising. And this is the reason why I kind of avoided it, because of stuff like this. But, you know, it seems like even though there's stuff like this going on, a lot of the players that we played against didn't try to do the cycling, which, you know, was, I applaud those people for not being a degenerate. But honestly, like, that's the only way you can really get a Extreme 7 in this set, I believe. I mean, you could try to mutate, you could try to sacrifice, but it's not going to be as fast, efficient, and overpowered like the cycling deck. So let's crack some packs, and let's just move on to maybe our next video. And I don't know if we're going to end up drafting cycling again, but I'm hoping we can just do Zendikar Rising again. So, okay. So it's always important to stay open in this set. You know, it's about archetypes, not about 2-color pairings. Like, I could have easily been in, like, Jeskai cycling, Blue-Red cycling, Pack 1 Pick 1, Omniseas versus Savai Thundermane. They're both kind of close. I think the Ominous Sea, since it's single color, could be better. Like you can still end up in blue-white cycling or red-blue cycling as well. Whereas the Savai Thundermane lost you in red-white cycling, which is by far the best archetype, and you should kind of lean towards it. So I don't know. Both of these cards are good. Maybe still take the Savai Thundermane, just try to force the cycling deck. There's a Capture Sphere as probably the most flexible card in this pack that's in single color, which is a good removal spell, but it's nowhere near the level of these two uncommons. Yeah, I think the red-white cycling deck is a lot more consistent than red-blue spells / cycling and red and blue-white cycling if you end up in the allied colors. So yeah, I'll probably just take the Savai Thundermane, force red-white. Keensight Mentor is okay. Like, if you have a million Goriacs and you have a way to protect the Keensight Mentor, it can actually become a thing. Overall, this pack is not very exciting. Essence Symbiote and Glimmerbell are both good mutate cards. Probably still prefer Essence Symbiote over the Glimmerbell, since it gives you a nice life gain and bonus. But people have been talking bad about green in this set. Honestly, think green can be very fun. And even though it might not be overpowered like red is in this set, or as deep, it's still a very fun color. And mutate is also allows you to go 3 colors for the most part, which is also really fun. So I don't know, this pack is just not great. Probably take the Essence Symbiote. I don't know. Ooh, okay, this is a bomb. Okay, I would definitely love to be in a mutate deck. And pack 1, pick 1 Nethroid Apex of Death. But of course, you're never always lucky because this is a mythic. And I think Xenoflare should have been a mythic. I think the Snare Tacticians and the Prickly Marmoset sets should have been an uncommon. But yeah, this card is definitely a bomb. Mutate this once, bring a bunch of creatures back from the graveyard to the battlefield. And then if you have ways to recur it, like Survivor's Bond or Corpse Churn with Nethroid, that's even more broken. But yeah, this could be a pretty fun pack 1 pick 1 where you draft some sort of black mutate deck, mutating with or splashing either green or white for the most part. And yeah, black mutate decks are fun. There's Cavern Whisperer, Chittering Harvester. There's Insatiable Hemophage, but that's a bad card. Yeah, still maybe draft some sort of black-white mutate deck, which could be fun, or black-green mutate deck. I would love to pack 1 pick 1 this, but if this wasn't in this pack, I'd probably still take the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, since it could still be very viable in the cycling deck. It's still pretty strong in the blue-red spells deck. But yeah, you always want to lean towards cycling. Glowstone Recluse, fine mutate card, pretty good as well. If I want to stick with the mutate archetypes, Spelly Wolverine, definitely an overperformer in this set, as well as the Almighty Brushwag. I think both of these are overperformers in their respective archetypes. But yeah, the flexibility of Spell Eater Wolverine cannot be denied, since in this draft, just bringing this out as a 3-mana 3/2 double striker is really annoying already. But yeah, easy Nethroid Apex of Death. Blood Curdle versus Ominous Seas versus Snare Tactician. Like, I think the correct choice is actually Snare Tactician. I mean, I don't doubt it. I mean, this could just be the best choice, honestly. If Snare Tactician was in his pack, between Ominous Seas and Blood Curdle, I mean, I've been reading an article and it states that you should be in the. Sorry, let's try to go back to that pack without looking. But yeah, I was reading an article that says that in this set you kind of want to force an archetype and pick up the powerful payoffs early on, so then you can build around them as much as possible, because this set is kind of very linear and it doesn't really and if you stay open too much, you won't be able to kind of have a more powerful archetype if you were to take the uncommons. I don't know. But Blood Curdle is just a powerful card. Maybe I would still take Blood Curdle in that pack, but Omnis Seas could have been a decent start to maybe a Jeskai cycling deck of some sort. We don't know. But Snare Tactician, probably pack 1, pick 1. In here, I am a big fan of the Archipelagore, another great mutates creature. Yeah, this card is really fun. I think it's very balanced too, since it doesn't really kill creatures, it just taps them down, and then it puts a 7/7 body, which can help you close out the game. Yeah, I think this is a very well-designed card. Unfortunately, again, cycling ruined this format, so yeah. But Neutralize, also a great card. You can cycle it, and you can keep this up as a counter spell, but if you don't want to counter anything, you can just cycle it. So it has a lot of room for flexibility. But yeah, Archipelagore is fun. And then here, yeah, I'll probably just take the Rooting Moloch, another excellent card in the cycling deck. Yeah, just being able to return those cycling cards that you have in your graveyard and just cast them as spells is incredibly powerful. It plays well with cards like Gopher Blood. It plays well with cards like Lava Serpents that you can cycle early and then recast. It plays well with like Imposing Vantasaurs, etc. This card is really good. Not a big fan of Black-White Mutate deck, but if you open up a bomb like Nethroi, Apex of Death, or some other multicolored mutate card, like maybe maybe a Snapdax, or if you open up the Cub Warden, the Necropanther would do really well in that archetype. But usually Black-White is known as the Humans deck. But of course, I've stated in the beginning of the video portion that mutate can be any color combination. So yeah, there you have it. I guess there's Deadweight too as a fine, okay, removal spell. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Fun, interesting, interactive draft. And might do one more Ikoria before it goes away. And hopefully I don't end up in cycling. But as you can see, don't pass those Zenith Flares, especially to people like me. You guys will regret it. So, yep. Have a wonderful day and take care. Enjoy the video. Bye.